Okay. Now, I just found this thing here, and the flotilla had a whole box of these things. And I was down there one day, and I said, let me take a couple. I took 3 of them, I think. And I gave one to the kid next door, Sean. He was, I think, 7 at the time. And they were always going down to Branford Point. So I said, listen, take this, put on your life jacket, just in case. Don't when you're swimming, not naturally, no. But other than that, if you ever go out on a boat or something, make sure you take it with you. I think this is probably dead. Let me find my water only. Water only. These don't belong here. This belongs in there. This belongs over here. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's down here. Yep, there it is. All kinds of shit down there. I remember the water dropping. And I said, I'm going to need that. And that dropped with it. Kind of right there for now, just to kind of jam it in. Jam it in there. So now that I'm going down here, let's pick up everything that's on there. Okay. That one's still good. Okay. So anyhow, this has 2 little brass connectors on it. So when they get wet, meaning you go in the water, they automatically turn on. And the actual ruled, they're bright. There you go. Okay. Now at night, believe it or not, that's going to be seen. So, off, and that would be automatic. So I just wanted to make sure it still worked, which it does. I just got it wet again. Okay. Let's turn it off. So anyway, I was talking with the commander at the time. I says, what's going on with that case of, what you call it's down there? He goes, well, funny you should ask. Oh, okay. He says, I went down there the other day, and they're all gone. I think you're kidding me. Somebody took the whole box. I go, what? Now, there must have been a beautiful day. I would venture to say 125, 130 gross, whatever. There's quite a few of them, let's put it that way. And they were all gone. Now those were actually to be used when you do special events, and you would give them out to basically whoever, but mainly you kind of hand them out to the kids and stuff. The parents for the kids, that type of thing. And it was kind of sucko that they were all gone. Now, if somebody took them to do what they were supposed to do with them, well, that's not a problem. Fine. You know, good luck. That's what they're for. But if somebody took them just to have them, well, that's, you know, like, let me grab these because, you know, I can give them out, you know. Well, that's fine, but I mean, it's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way. Anyhow, they were gone. Yes, I would have taken a couple. Would I have taken the whole box? No. I probably would have taken 6. Because I would have given them out to the kids and things when I go down to the boat. Well, back then I had the boat. We had the boat. When I say I mean we. Okay, let's put this in here. Let me put this away. Why am I keeping these in here? I thought I had another, what do you call it for these? I do, it's right here. Because I wouldn't want to keep opening this up every time I needed to pull one out. Because more than likely, if I'm going to pull one out, I'd probably have my hands full. Seems to make a little sense anyway. All right, now this wire, now that this wire is back in shape, put it back. I can't do much today. I got a class tomorrow, so I have to put all that stuff together. I printed out the certificates. Figuring, let me get that out of the way. You know, what I do is I print the certificate out. You know, I get their name and everything on it, and then I sign it and notarize it. Once I've determined on if they're going to make it or not. Most of the time, they do. If they don't pass, it's because I threw them out. Now, why am I here, you ask? Hello? Hello. Well, that's an old place for that. I have a pair of safety glasses. The heat just turned on. That's a start. If it would stay on, it's better than it was though, because at least it's doing something. All right, I was gonna put the, hey Tuck, on a shaft. I decided not to do that. I decided I'm just gonna put it in here. So I'm gonna put a couple holes here. Hey Tuck, and here. And I'm just going to put a little something in there so as this turns, it'll be a little bit better than having it on the shaft, because the shaft is not going to catch the bottom. So it's really not going to do much because everything will be sliding under it. After I thought about that. Now, do I want to? Well, maybe I would want to if I can find it, what it is that I want to do. I just heard something click off. Was it you, or was it this? All right. What did I do with those 2 pieces of rubber? Huh. looking for, yeah, I am. I had 2 pieces of baseboard molding that I had on heat, and then I had a brick on them to get that roll out of it. Now I'm looking to see where the hell they went. I put them someplace. Yes, I did. Where? But I did. My pockets are hanging up. I got so much shit in my pockets. Let's get these out of there. There. Let's do that. Not that way. Hold on. Wait a minute. So now I can see the tape and the markers. Now I still have to find another piece. I need to get a piece of rubber for these. I don't know if I'm going to use anything better than nothing. I got those up there too. All right, let's put that there for a second. You guys see anything that resembles? And even if you did, you wouldn't tell me. I have things out here that I just don't want to leave out here for the winter. And I also have the laptop in the house that I gotta fix up real quick. Traveling laptop. I use top to 14-inch. Good system. I'm happy with it. Fast. I have a projector. I have a wireless internet box that you can either tether or work through wireless. There's a few other things I have in there as well. But I haven't had them plugged in for a while. So I like to plug them in every now and then and use them. Why not? Throw it on the floor. Whoa! All right, now here's the thing. These are pretty stiff. What I'm thinking of doing is heating it up again, putting a bend on it, and putting a couple of heavy washers, and just have this in there. And if I have to cut some of it, I can. And it even has some stickiness to help. So I think if I heat this up and bend it right about there, I am going to put heat on it, however. Okay. And do the same thing with this one. I can bolt this down with 3 bolts and washers, or even a plate. I may even have a couple pieces of, I have a couple pieces of strapping plate. All right, they're copper. Yeah, so I gotta heat these up. So that's what I need to do next. So how am I gonna do this? I guess I can just take out the heat gun. Now, let me get prepared for this. Prepared. Papa, prepared. How many times am I going to say that? All right, now what I need. What do I need? Same thing. We're going to take this one and do the same time. So I'll get a couple more of those clamps. I don't know if I have two more. Another brick. Another cylinder, brother. I do have bricks. And I also have larger cylinders. Okay. I want to make sure these stay down some. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use them just this second. I'm going to let them sit for a few minutes because I want to see if they stay in the position in which I am putting them. Are they staying in the shape in which I am putting them? Guys, I don't know if I'm losing it or if I already lost it. Alright, so while I'm waiting, see if that furnace would keep it like this when it does get cold, I'm happy with it. I don't know if you really want to call it a furnace or not. It's a shop heater. If it worked right, that would be perfect for in here. Alright. I did get a hold of a friend of mine, though, who's a plumber. And I had said, because sometimes he gets good deals. I says to him that I'm looking for a 40 or 50,000 BTU. Good, but cheap furnace. And he got back to me and says, do we have natural? I go, yeah. So now we'll see what happens. When I was looking for furnaces a few years ago, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, when I was thinking about doing this, I was finding some Goodwin furnaces, and a 50,000 was costing a little over $600. I'm saying, well, you know what? Single stage, you know, I don't need anything crazy. It's going to be out here. I got the stuff. I can make a plenum. I got the ductwork up there. The chimney's right there, you know. So I looked today to see what they're going for, and now they're up to $1,100 for a 40,000. Yeah, I know things go up, but you know when you start seeing that kind of an increase, you start thinking, oh, okay. You know, it's one of those things to where when I have my store, for instance, I could have gone up on prices. But as long as I was covering the overhead and bringing home a fair pocket, taking care of what I needed to take care of, I didn't mind. And we had a couple of bad years, you know, with hobbies. And I didn't go up on the prices to make up for the loss because you're only driving them more away. I I kept the prices that they were, or I went down a little bit, ran little specials every now and then, just to bring them in, because any money coming in the door is better than no money. And when you up the price, your thing is, let me make it on this one because I never know when the next one's going to be. Well, you keep thinking that way, and the next one's never going to come because you're going to be out of business real quick. And I've known businesses that have gone out because of that. My biggest problem was that the place that I was renting was a lot of money. Most of the little shops, see, I didn't have a little shop, but most of the little shops, like CV City, for instance, the one that I was partners with, Communications Plus, I think it was, I don't remember. But we were only paying like $400 or $500 a month, There was no inside bays, no inside garage for anything as far as installations or fixing. But when I rented the place, it had a bay, had a big bay, so you had one car that you can open up all the doors and still have a party. And it was deep, so you didn't have to worry about it. The only downfall was it wasn't a high door, but it was still a door, and your average pickup trucks and stuff were not a problem. It was costing me $1,500 a month, which is a pretty good nut. Now, I was on a main run. I was on Route 1, which is a main road. Everybody goes to Route 1 to shop. I was at a traffic light, which was also good. The parking wasn't the best. I can fit maybe 6 cars. But for most part, there was other parking, but they would have had to walk, a few hundred feet. But when the lease was up, they were going up again. I said, hey, So there was another store that was not making it that well called the Jolly Rogers, who I used to be their tech for the longest time. I used to go to different stores and fix the radios at night. You make a lot of money doing that kind of stuff. And one day he says, "You got any room? I can move in with you and split the rents." And, yeah, but we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do it because you're selling CVs and stereos. I sell CVs and stereos. I also sell two-way and all that kind of stuff, which he didn't. I did all the repairs, which he had no part of. I said, but I do have about a 20-foot by 30-foot space that you can use. And when you walked in the front door, it was a double door. I had the big showroom area, and then you had a big opening, and there was his space. And then I had more space to the other side of that because it was a wall. And then the back door took us to the bay area, which was also inside with heat. I said, yeah. I said, you want to split it up? That's fine. No, what's it costing? I said, well, it's $1,500, but they're going to go up. Oh, okay, so that's $750. I said, well, right now it is, yeah. I said, but then we have the utilities, the electricity, the heat and air, insurances, well, he was paying $600-700 and thought that was a lot. Now he's getting thrown out of there because they're redoing the building, and he doesn't know where he's going to go. But now he's jumping up to about $1,200 or better. So he's given us some thought. Now Pam, his wife, said, I think it's a good idea. You're going to make it. It'll be good for both of you because you're both going to draw. I said, well, here's the story. When it comes to stereos, most of your stereos back then that he was selling was $100, $150, $175. And I was selling the higher end stuff, Alpines, Block Punks, JVCs. Back then those were the names. JBL speakers, which you have to have a contract with them. They don't sell to vendors to sell to you, basically, like distributors. All right? They sell directly to the person, and you have to guarantee them X amount of dollars a year. You know, and it wasn't much. It was like $10,000 a year or something. And you had to give them a $10,000 order. So I'll take care of the thing. Anything over 200, I take. You know, and anything under 200, you take. You know, when it comes to stereos and stuff. And on the speakers, we got to do something with that because again, he was selling these, you know, audio box stuff, you know, which is okay, but it wasn't top end. I'm selling, you know, again, JBLs, Alpines, Blaupunks, and blasters, and you name it. Again, I said, so we'll have to do something with speakers, like anything under 100, you take. Anything over 100, I take. You know, but he got a little shady. He started marking things down to keep it under 200 so he can sell it. You know, when in fact he was not making a lot of money. He was kind of losing money, but he was killing me at the same time. You know, and Bill, what are you doing? He goes, well, normally I'd sell it for $239, so I'm going to sell it for $199. You know, and at that he was still making $30 or $40. I said, but yeah, that's not the way it works. You know, does that mean that now, you know, I take the radio and say it's worth more? You know, oh, I sell that radio. It used to be $199, and I sell it for $249. That means you can't sell it. You know, it doesn't work that way. You know, and there was other things. You know, he just started getting too shady. And then finally, the landlord comes up and he says, well, it's really not up to you to sublease. That's not in your contract. Well, I'm really not subleasing. It's just kind of like a partner. And he says, you know, we're just splitting everything down the middle. Well, I was prepared to drop the rent to $800 for a year or so to see, with no lease. I wish you said that before. But anyway, after he heard that, he didn't hear the whole thing, how they were prepared to do that. But now that I have somebody in there, they're not doing that. See? But he didn't hear that part. So now he comes up to me and he hands me $700 for the month. I go, Bill, what's that? He goes, well, they dropped it to $800, right? I go, no. He said, well, I heard him say they're prepared to drop it to $800. Yeah, they were. If you weren't here, I was going to be able to be here for $800. But seeing that you're here, they want their $1,500. They're not going to go up, however. All right? Well, I didn't hear it that way. You know what? I'm out of here. So I sold it and got out of there. I said, screw it. Now you're stuck with the whole thing. Yeah. And I moved to East Haven. All right. And that's when I opened up the body shop for my brother. So I did this one first. So let's undo these and see what we have. Let's see what we have here. If it's going to do anything at all, and how long is it going to stay. Now this is probably the part that I'll bolt down because I have more to bolt down with. And then I can also peel this off and that'll help as well. So that'll get bolted down. And I may even put it on a little bit of an angle, not much, ½ inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. Now, let's see how long it's going to stay there like that. Now this one's not that far behind, so I guess we can do this one too. I mean, as long as they're cool, that's basically the whole story in it all. Let me get rid of these. Test cylinders. Now, I don't know if I want to let them sit overnight out here to see what happens, or do I want to start doing something with them? Oh, now tomorrow I got to do a class, so that's not going to happen. they're not going to be worked on until Wednesday. And for some reason, I'm thinking Wednesday I got something else going. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, it's starting to get chilly and damp in here again. So that heat is not doing it. This one up there. Okay, so that's what we are. That's what we have. Now, how long is that going to stay? And will it continue to stay like that? Or is it just going to start flopping around in there? Yeah. So I wanted to do something with this. I have a plan for this. But I got to get it clean. Rust cleaner, a lot of that. But I do have something here that may work. You know, these little sandwich meat containers or whatever you have, they're definitely worth keeping them around. I use them a lot for things. I mark them. They work better than the ones you buy at the dollar store for $1.25. I find that those cracks, you really got to use a lot of them in order to make it crack. That smells. And they expect you to use that in the house to clean your copper and your stainless and all that other kind of crap. Oh. I should just pick up some more rough stuff. There's some other stuff too that I was able to use. What the hell was it? I don't remember now. Alright, so we're going to leave that there. We're going to leave this. What time is it? I think I have time. I don't think I need to do anything yet. It's quarter to 4. Yeah, okay. Spell this even. Oh, I forgot I did that. I put some threaded, what do you call it, in here? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to stop at a hardware store to get those. Pisses me off. I want to take this apart real quick. I don't know if that's who this one's it. I'm always pulling the wrong one. Oh, I mean, you know. This thing is dirty. That should have done it. You know, I got something over there I got to show you guys. I think I may have asked already, but I'm trying to figure out what it is. Yeah. I have 3 of these things, and I don't know what it would be used for. It's almost like that little goalpost. That's what it looks like on one side, if you can see it. That's what it looks like on the other side. And these were nothing great. However, it's real thin, and this side is tapered. And this side again is tapered. What the hell is that used for? There's a little, what you call it, but it's not a hole that goes all the way through, but there's something here. Well, I just stuck a hole through it, so it looks almost like a piece of cardboard. You see it? What the hell is this used for? I really don't know. I got 3 of them. I think they're all the same. I gotta get rid of this stupid file cabinet. Yeah, see? Same. A little different color, but that's probably because this one's been on the desktop. On the top, collecting dust. Yeah. But the back is the same, and they both have that cardboard kind of look. Almost like a pegboard, cardboard, not particle, but that like that from pegboard stuff. And they all have that same contour. I have no idea what they're for. I really don't. And to try them on something that I don't know what to try them on, I could ruin them for something that they are made for, or break them completely. I mean, I have no idea what they're made for. So if anybody has an idea, I'd be looking to find out. I wonder if that'll come off there now. Right. Good. Yeah. My hands are a mess. Other than that. So anyway, we're going to go in. I got to get my cases together. I'd like to pull the van in the yard next to the door and just put everything in it and leave it there for the night, lock it up. But sometimes it's harder to get in and out of the gate than it is to put the stuff in the van. And seeing that I still haven't finished the front lawn, which will probably not get finished until next year, the way of speed I'm going. Just so much going on in the last couple of days, last week or two. I mean, today they said, "How's Coasty coming?" I says, "It's sitting there. I haven't worked at it." I says, "I still have things to get done around the house because winter's setting in." I mean, what do these people think? Well, I know some of them really. I don't want to sound like what they do is useless because they enjoy doing what they're doing, but to me, they have no life. They sit at home and they watch the news, and then they complain about the news. They may watch a program. They may go out for dinner. They may travel half an hour, 40 minutes to have dinner, at a restaurant or something. I mean, if you enjoy that, that's great. I can't do that. That's, to me, that's no life. I lived in a condo. Well, we did. When I had the back surgery, I ended up grabbing a small condo, which was good because we bought it really right. I don't remember. I think we paid 42. I'd have to ask Darlene because I really don't remember. It could have been 50, but I think it could have been 60. But I think it was 42. And we sold it for 120. And we put 7 into it, so we didn't put a lot into it, and we stayed there for a couple of years. But I don't like condo life, and I was even on the board. I've seen a lot of shit going on that shouldn't have been going on. Not with the board, but with the property manager. Yeah.